Nelson Smith getting the start in left today. McLean and Jackson make up the outfield left to right. Bose, Miller, Gibbs, Denton third to first, and Ballard behind the plate as Patch misses on the first offering to Green, high for ball one. Carson-Newman, a season-high 15 runs scored in game number 1 today. Patch looking to get the ball back to the opposing pitchers and give Carson-Newman's hitters a chance. After a throw to first that sent Bradley back. Counts at 1 ball and no strikes here to Green. And another throw over in that direction. Not a lot on that one. And easily back safely was Bradley. Left-hander coming set out there on the belt. The 1-0. High, 2-0. Outfield shuffled around to the right as the wind is blowing out in that direction. Patch works out of the stretch, lifts the leg and pitches, and spots one across the heart of the plate for a strike, 2-1. Patch has been at his best with runners on base. Here's the 2-1. This one hit sharply right back up the middle and into center field for a base hit. Bradley thought about heading to third, but McLean gets it back in quickly. And a 2-out single for Green, his first hit of the year. Emory and Henry has him at first and second base with 2 outs. And Christian Schmidt standing in. Schmidt getting the nod here in game number 2 of this doubleheader. Senior from Wake Tech Community College, 6'4", 220. Stands into the box. Scoreless here in the first inning. Patch going to work with 2 runners on base. Lance at second base. A long hold here. And now pitching. He misses downstairs on the changeup. 1 ball and no strikes. Well, something that Emory and Henry did a great job of in the first matchup today was hitting with 2 outs. 5 of the team's 9 hits came with 2 men down. The 1-0 on the outside corner for a strike. They throw it down to first. It glances off of the glove of Denton, and that will allow a runner to move over to third base. So that'll be an error on Denton. That gets the runner over to third. As Ballard tried to pick behind the runner at first base. So now with the count at 1 ball and 1 strike and 2 outs. A runner's 90 feet away from providing the game's first run. 1 ball, 1 strike. Patch brings it up there. And it's on the inside corner for a strike. 1-2. Well, Patch, a strike away from getting out of this inning. Carson-Newman pitchers dealt with a lot of traffic early in game 1 today, but then Shaver came in, allowed 1 base runner in the last 3. The 1-2. Fouled off the edge of the barrel. Back off of the bricks. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runners at the corners, the pitch. Changeup misses low, 2-2. Well, Patches seemed to favor the 2-seam fastball and the changeup to right-handed hitters early in this game. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. The pitch. Yanked to third. Bose to a knee. Backhands, picks, throws to first. It's in time to end the inning. Really slick play there by Bose. That was a hard one, looking into the sun, fielding it on a hard hop. And that ends the frame. So the Wasps ran 2 in the opening frame. And after a half inning, it is Emory and Henry, nothing. And Carson-Newman stepping to the plate for the first time today in a scoreless affair here on the Eagle Sports Network.
Protect your home from unwanted electrical surges like lightning. AEC can install a surge protection device at your electric meter. The device works by diverting excess voltage either back into the system or to the ground. AEC also offers power strips for use inside your home to protect electronics and other items. The cost of this protective service from AEC is $9.95 per month. Ordering today affords you no connection fee. AEC. We're power with purpose.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long. From the morning with their $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Emory and Henry strands runners at the corners in the top of the first inning, and here comes Carson-Newman's offense, having scored the last 12 runs of Game 1. They'll get to go against a rookie, Camden Boyer, 5'9", 160 out of Lutz, Florida, in the powerhouse that is Florida Virtual School. And it'll be Henry Jackson, who hit a grand slam in his last at-bat of Game number 1 today to run his hitting streak to 7 in a row. He was on base 5 times for the Eagles in Game number 1. And Boyer, making his second appearance of the year, will step to the slab, and his first pitch of the day misses low. Boyer out there on the rubber. Works out of the stretch exclusively out of the starting rotation. And the pitch is a high pop-up off of first base. Foul and out of play. Boyer only pitched at King on Valentine's Day when a scoreless inning gave up a walk and struck out a batter. And now into the starting lineup. Right-hander pitches, and here's a hard hit smash back up the middle, off of the glove of the shortstop Lida. He picks it up, and everybody's safe. That'll be an infield single for Henry Jackson. Dalton McClain at the plate, and the first pitch to him is a check swing and a foul ball. No balls and a strike, and a throw over to first base sends Henry Jackson back to the bag. Well, actually, now that we're looking at it, it looks like Andrew Parr is the starting pitcher on the mound, and he throws over to first. They originally listed Camden Boyer out there as the starter, but it is Andrew Parr. So the right-hander's 0-1 pitch. McClain bunts it, first base side. This will be picked up by Green. He turns, throws it to the second baseman, Mazza covering. That is a 3-4 sacrifice bunt. Jackson over to second base. And he's into scoring position for James Denton, who had 4 RBIs in the first matchup today. So the right-hand pitcher will go to work here on Denton. Up to a .455 hitter, hits in 6 straight games. Parr pitches, and Denton fouls it back. 1 strike and nothing. No balls and 1 strike. Right-hander pitches. That's on the outside corner. 0-2. So instead of it being Boyer, it is Parr out there pitching. 6'1", 170 from Alabama. Andrew College the last couple of years. And now the 0-2. Just missed away on a fastball. Denton leaned a little bit, but was able to lay off. Parr had 31 appearances at Andrew College the last couple of years and has made 2 solid starts this season. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch stays high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Parr was last out there a week ago against Anderson in Game 2. Went 7 innings of 2-hit, 1-run baseball in a 2-1 win over Anderson. He's been really good to start this year through his first 2 starts. The 2-2. On the inside corner, it's strike 3 called. Denton didn't love it. Took an extra second to take a look at where that pitch was, and he's retired. Now Zach Bowes will get his turn up into the cleanup slot in the lineup. Bowes a .297 hitter. Had 3 hits in game number 1 today. Scoreless here in the bottom of the first. Jackson standing out at second base. Parr pitches. Bowes rips it to left, sinking in a hurry. Hill coming on. He makes the catch, and that ends the inning. So Carson-Newman gets the leadoff man on base, unable to do anything with it after the hit from Henry Jackson. And we played an inning complete in game number 2 of this 3-game set. We're scoreless between Carson-Newman and Emory and Henry.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles.
Ethan Patch back to work here in the second inning. And the left-hander will go to work on Garrison Bullock to lead it off. And the first pitch from Patch is in there for a called strike. And it's no balls and 1 strike to count. So Carson-Newman stranding the runner in scoring position in the first, the 0-1. Here's a bouncer towards third, scooped up by Bowes, charging forward onto the grass. And the third baseman throws out Bullock for the first out of the second inning. So it is 1 up, 1 down for the second straight frame. And the right-handed hitting, Matt Hill digs in, a .231 hitter this year. Hill was 0 for 3 with a walk in the first matchup. And Patch dots the outer half at the knees for a called strike. Oh, we got clarification between innings. It is indeed Camden Boyer starting and not Andrew Parr, the 0-1. Rolled up the first baseline foul. It's 0-2. They switched jerseys. They're both very similar in stature. And nobody ever told us what the situation was. So it's no balls and 2 strikes here to Hill. And the pitch from Patch just missed out and away. Couldn't entice Hill to chase after a changeup. Carson-Newman and Emory and Henry scoreless. First time these clubs have ever squared off on the baseball diamond. The 1-2. Way upstairs. Tried a fastball up in the zone. Didn't get any kind of chase. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Patch just hasn't had that put-away pitch here in the early part of this game, the 2-2. Foul back by Hill. Keep it at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, between Pridmore and Shaver in game 1, 11 strikeouts. Patch has 1 through 1, the 2-2. Missed down and away again. Went to that off-speed pitch. Trying to get a lunge and a miss. 3 balls and 2 strikes with 1 out, nobody on here in the second. No score. The pitch. On the inside corner, he dots it at the knees. Second punch out for Patch. Perfectly executed pitch. And with 2 outs and nobody aboard, Mason Lida, who drew 3 walks in the first meeting today, standing in. Lefty on left. Patch pitches. Tried the big looping curveball, and he left it high. 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes to count. Patch pitches. Up and away. 2 balls and no strikes. Patch taps the foot. Now turns into his motion, the 2-0. Miss low and away. 3 balls and no strikes. I don't know what it has been against Lida, but Carson-Newman pitchers have just not thrown strikes against this left-hand hitter. The 3-0. Right down the middle for a strike, 3-1. Lida walked each of his first 3 at-bats in game number 1 today. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Miss low and outside, and for the 4th time in 2 games, Mason Lida draws a walk. Second one from Patch. And a 2-out base runner for Emory and Henry to bring Noah Mazza to the plate. Mazza had a couple pokes in 4 trips in game 1. No score in the second. The pitch is a pop-up foul. No balls and a strike. Patch looking for a clean inning again. Left-hander pitches, and it's squibbed up the first base line. No balls and 2 strikes. Well, some of the sun starting to really wreak havoc on the left side of the infield and the outfield here at this ballpark as it begins to fade away. The pitch is a roller back up the middle. Gibbs is there to pick it up. He throws to first to get the out, and that ends the inning. So Patch gives up the 2-out walk, but otherwise flawless in the frame. And he's through 2 scoreless innings. An inning and a half in the books. Carson-Newman looks to strike first. Mitchell Ballant will lead us off when we come back here to the Silver Diamond Baseball Complex in a scoreless game on the Eagle Sports Network.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
Carson-Newman and Emory and Henry scoreless as the Eagles come to the plate in the bottom of the second inning. Mitchell Ballant, Spencer Williams, Nelson Smith due up for the Eagles. Here in the second, no score, and Camden Boyer back to work here in inning number 2. And the rookie right-hander works out of the stretch and fires in a slow breaking ball. Checks in at the knees for a called strike. Boyer in the first gave up the leadoff single to Henry Jackson, and then never let him move from second base after a sac bunt. 1 strike and nothing to count. The pitch on the inside corner with a fastball, and he's ahead at 0-2. Well, Boyer getting this opportunity to slide into the starting rotation just 4 days after making his career debut and pitching in Game 2 of this 3-game series. The 0-2. Off the plate on a fastball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, this is kind of an inverted weekend because instead of having the single game on day 1 and then a doubleheader, it's a doubleheader first, then the single game. The 1-2 pitch. Ballant lays off of a curveball down and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Sounds like Hunter Harriton's going to get the start tomorrow for Carson-Newman, his first career start. Here's the 2-2. Ballant rips this into right field. A lengthy run here for Schmidt to the fence, and this one bangs off the base of the fence. Ballant's hustling to second. The throw-in cut off. It's a double for Mitchell Ballant, and the Eagles have the leadoff man on base for the second inning in a row. That ball was smashed into the alleyway. Put a dent in the wall out in right field. Spencer Williams is hitless in his last 4. He'll get an opportunity to step into the batter's box here. Right-hand pitcher and left-hand batter. The corner infield anticipating a bunt. And the pitch. Williams does bunt it, but it's foul, third base side. Williams, though, hitting at 400 in this small sample size. 2 hits, 5 at-bats. The 0-1. Williams bunts it right back to the mound. It's picked up by Boyer. Throws it to the second baseman, Mazza, covering at first. Ballant takes off for third. It's a successful sacrifice. 1-4. And Nelson Smith will have an RBI opportunity for the first time in his career. He's begun the year 1 out of 10 at the plate. So let's see how Smith produces for Carson-Newman. Eagles looking to break the ice first. Scoreless here in inning number 2. Righty on right-hand batter. The first pitch to Smith is a slow curveball that slides across the zone and hits the outer half for a strike. Corner infield in. Middle infield back. That's the way that Emory and Henry has played it so far this weekend. With less than 2 outs and a runner at third. The 0-1. Grounded to third. Past the diving Foley and into left field. A base hit. Ballant steps on home. Nelson Smith has his first career RBI. And the Eagles lead it 1-0. Good piece of hitting by Nelson Smith. Bounces it just past the diving third baseman Foley. Carson-Newman opens up a 1-0 lead, and now Will Gibbs stands in with 1 out and a runner at first base. Boyer stretches and throws over to first base to check on Smith. Carson-Newman winning game 1, 15-4. Now 13 unanswered runs since Emory and Henry last scored in the 6th of game 1. Smith is running here. Here's a roller to third. It's bobbled by Foley. Everybody is safe. So that'll be an error on the third baseman, Foley. Smith to second base. So 2 men on and 1 out for Trey Miller, who had a nice end of the game, a couple doubles and a walk, and he squares to bunt and takes a strike on a curve ball. Carson-Newman's offense starting to apply the pressure here against this Emory and Henry defense. A reminder, Emory and Henry hasn't had a winning season since 1993. 30 straight years of losing campaigns. The 0-1. That hits Miller. Breaking ball that never came across. And the Eagles have the bases loaded with 1 out. And here's Henry Jackson, who has already hit a grand slam today. Hit a grand slam in the 8th inning of game number 1. And Boyer will draw some attention from the coaching staff. Kyle Cliff back out there to have a quick word. With Jackson stepping to the plate and Carson-Newman a chance to gain some separation here in this 2nd inning. Umpires will now make their way slowly out to the mound to have a conversation and break this thing up. Everybody parts their separate ways now. And let's see how the young right-hander Camden Boyer responds against Henry Jackson, who has just been ripping the ball to shreds of late. He has an 8-game hitting streak where he is 14 of his last 28. Righty on righty. Bases juice. The pitch. Jackson watches a curveball across the knees. 0-1. Jackson locked in at the plate right now. Can't give him something good to look at. Bases loaded and 1 out. Boyer pitches. Jackson swings and gets under this one, flying into center field. Bradley tracks underneath it. He makes the grab. Runner at third base tags. Smith is able to cross the plate. It is a sacrifice fly from Henry Jackson to bring in the run, and it's 2-0 Carson-Newman. Other runners hold up. A good job by Bradley getting the ball over to third base. Smith with good pace, able to score. Carson-Newman has scored twice in the inning. And now it's on Dalton McClain to get anything more out of this frame. Eagles lead it 2-0. Boyer back to work. The right-hander coming set out there on the rubber and pitching. That pitch bounces up there. That's a terrific play by Bullock behind the plate. Maybe made it look more difficult than it was, but was able to slide to his left, gobble it up, and keep the runners at first and second. Miller at first, Gibbs at second. Great speed. The 1-2. McLean gets underneath this one. Shallow right center field. The second baseman, Mazza, out. He makes the call and makes the catch. And that ends the inning. So Carson-Newman strands 2 in the frame, but that's how many runs they get in the inning. We've played 2 innings. Carson-Newman scores twice and leads it 2-0. Headed to the third here on the Eagle Sports Network.
At InterDigital, we strive to be a leading provider of cutting-edge digital and marketing solutions. At InterDigital, we want to help our clients find success. Our team of technology gurus work together to ensure InterDigital continues to progress forward as technology advances. At InterDigital, we make technology work for you. Visit interdigital.com for IT support, web development, virtual tours, graphic design, internet marketing, mobile app, and film production services.
InterDigital, laser focused on your success.
Serving East Tennessee for 40 years, Magaha Electric is the perfect choice for all your electrical projects. Magaha Electric specializes in commercial, retail, manufacturing, residential, and industrial contracting needs. Magaha Electric can provide superior service, technical know-how, and realistic budgeting for any size project in a timely, cost-effective manner. Visit MagahaElectric.com for all your electrical contracting needs. Magaha Electric, your East Tennessee electrical contracting source.
Carson-Newman leads 2-0. Ethan Patch back to work here in the third inning. Top of the order with Jared Foley at the plate in his first pitch. This is outside for ball 1. Patch so far, 44 pitches, 2 innings, a hit, 2 walks, and 2 punch-outs. And the left-hander wheels and deals and gets one on the outside corner for a strike, 1-1. Great to have you with us today. Carson-Newman looking to win back-to-back games for the first time this year. 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Well, when Patch has been good against right-hand hitters, he's getting pitches that are running away from those hitters. Getting the righties to chase the 1-2. This one doesn't go too far out of the zone, and it's slapped into left field for a base hit by Jared Foley. He tried that 2-seam fastball, and it caught too much of the plate. Foley is aboard with a leadoff hit. First leadoff man to reach against Carson-Newman pitching here in this inning, and since the leadoff man reached in the 6th inning of Game 1. So now Tyler Bradley, who walked back in the first. 2-0 Eagles in the third, and time called. Patch works out of the stretch, dead center of the rubber, pitches. Tried the curveball. It stays way up in the zone. Well, Patch is this 7-inning guy, and he slid into this 7-inning role. 1 ball, no strikes. He pitches, and it's a weak pop-up out towards short. Miller onto the outfield grass is there to catch it. Retiring Bradley. Patch doing a good job of inducing weak contact. 1 out and a runner at first base. And now Wayne Mize, strikeout victim back in the first inning. Lefty on righty. Patch starts him with a changeup that just missed outside. Looked pretty good from here. Pitch that had normally been given. The 1-0 on the inside corner. Ball and 1 strike with a runner at first base. Foley a couple steals this year. The 1-1. Foul back into the netting. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Well, if Patch can get ahead in the count, he's shown the ability to get opponents to chase. One ball, 2 strikes. The pitch. That hits him. Stays up and in, and it plunks Mize right on the left tricep. So just as he had gotten ahead at 1-2, he hits him, and now here's Jeremy Green Jr., who singled in his only at-bat so far today, his first hit of the season. And with a tying run at first base now, with 2 men on and 1 out, Carson-Newman leading at 2-0 in the third. Pat stretches and pitches. That's on the outside corner for a strike. It's 0-1. I mentioned it earlier. Patch against hitters with runners on base has been nails this year. 2 out of 15 entering today. The pitch off the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike. We'll have a little bit of shade starting to take effect on the first base side of the field. Mainly covering the first base bag. 1 ball and 1 strike. Patch pitches. Curveball hits the inside corner for a strike. It's 1-2. Still sunny, though. Plenty of blue skies around. Should be similar weather tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock. Carson-Newman taking on Emory and Henry in the series finale. Will it be a rubber match or will it be for the series sweep? 1-2 is a swing and a foul tip, gloved by Ballant for strike 3. Third punch out for Patch. He struck out multiple batters in all 3 of his outings so far. And with 2 outs and 2 on, it's on Christian Schmidt. Schmidt grounded to third his only time up. Carson-Newman 2, Emory and Henry nothing in the third. Lefty pitches. Schmidt flies it out to center field. McLean comes on. He has plenty of time to camp out underneath it, making the grab and ending the inning. Good work by Patch. Hits a batter on a 2-strike pitch with 1 out, but he strands 2. Emory and Henry leaves 5 so far in the game. They've yet to score. Carson-Newman just scored twice. Can they play add-on? Eagles come to the plate in the bottom of the 3rd inning, leading at 2-0 here on the Eagle Sports Network.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
We select our insurance companies the same way you do, very carefully. When you work with us, you can count on receiving fast, courteous, and professional service and quality protection through Auto Owners Insurance. For a no-problem approach for your life, home, car, and business insurance needs, ask us about the No Problem Company, Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency at 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown, serving the Lakeway area's insurance needs since 1931.
James Denton leads off the 3rd inning for Carson-Newman in a 2-0 Carson-Newman lead. 3, 4, and 5 due up here against Boyer. And the right-hander pitches, and Denton waits on a curveball and stays off of it, but it's a strike on the outside corner. Carson-Newman 2 runs in the 2nd inning. They've had a couple crooked innings so far here today. The 0-1 misses down and in. 1 ball and 1 strike. A 3-run first, a 7-run 6th, and a 5-run 8th. the scoring for the Eagles in Game 1 of a 15-4 win. 1 ball, 1 strike to Denton. The pitch, he squares the bunt, backs away. It nearly hit him, and it rolls to the backstop. 2-1. Boyer's been economical. 30 pitches right now. Two balls and a strike. The pitch. Denton rolls it to first. To his left goes Green. He bobbles, recovers, underhands to first. In time. They just get the out. That was a tough play. Green had to go to his left. He was able to pick it up by stopping it, sliding to his left. It bobbled out of his glove, hit his chest. Boyer did a good job of getting over to first base in time and just wins the race against Denton to get the first out here of inning number 3. So with 1 out and nobody on, here's Zach Bose. Bose a fly out to left field, his only time up. Eagles lead it 2-0. Looking for more here in the bottom of the 3rd. The first pitch to Bose is a pop-up first base side out of play. It'll be interesting to see where Emory and Henry sits in about a month or so. Mentioned the tough schedule that they have. It's been the big inning that has haunted them against some of these good teams that they've played here at the beginning of the year. The 0-1. Bouncing ball hit out to shortstop. Testing Lida. He picks on a chest-high hop and throws it over to Green in time for the out. 2 up, 2 down in Carson-Newman's half of the 3rd inning. And now Mitchell Ballant will get his turn. He had a leadoff double and scored the game's first run back in the 2nd. Talk about that 8-run inning they gave up against North Greenville, the 7-run inning against Carson-Newman. You take some of those massive innings out, even if you slice them in half, give yourselves a shot at staying in the game. Boyer ready to go, and he pitches, and Ballant rolls it to third base, but this one's foul. 1 strike and nothing to Ballant. I mean, if you told a coach that out of 8 innings you would hold a team scoreless 5 times, you feel like you'd have a really good chance of winning the game. But when you give up 15 runs in the other 3, impossible to win a game like that. 1 strike pitch coming. Swing and a miss. Ballant late on a fastball. Does a walk all the way around the plate. Comes back to the left-hand batter, or the left-sided batter's box. The right-hand hitter. And Boyer looking for his second punch out ahead at 0-2. Pitches. Ballant pops it backwards over our heads out of play. Boyer's retired the last 3 that he's seen. Looking for the first 1, 2, 3 inning of the day for either side. Carson-Newman 2. Emory and Henry nothing here in the last of the 3rd. The pitch. Rolled towards third base, foul. Ballant hanging around. Well, Ballant has made that impact behind the plate. And after hitting .377 with 73 RBIs last year at Rowan College, picking up where he left off here at Mossy Creek. The 0-2 off the plate away. 1-2. Boyer, the 1-2, well off the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Carson-Newman 2, Emory and Henry nothing. Ballant levels the bat, steps into the box. Boyer didn't like the first sign, does like the second. Settles in, lifts the leg, pitches. Misses low and away, 3-2. So from getting ahead at 0-2 to falling behind now at 3-2. Action pitch coming up with 2 outs and nobody on here in the bottom of the third. Carson-Newman leads it 2-0. Boyer studies the sign from Bullock. The payoff bounces low in the dirt. Ball 4. He's on base for the second time in the game. And a 2-out base runner for Spencer Williams, who had a sacrifice bunt his only time up. 2-0. Emory and Henry trailing Carson-Newman here at Mossy Creek. A runner at first base. Ballant getting a modest lead over there with Williams at the plate, the left-hand swinger. The first pitch to him is on the inside corner for a strike. It's 0-1. Emory and Henry, coached by Trey McCall. This is his second stint with the program. 19th overall season. Winningest coach in program history, north of 150 wins. 1 strike and nothing. The pitch. Misses. Down and in. 1-1. McCall had a chance to go to North Carolina to play college ball. Elected to bypass that after being taken 16th overall in the 1985 Major League Baseball draft. 1 ball and 1 strike with 2 outs and a runner at first. The pitch. Williams bounces it to first. Green picks it up. Trots over to first base, and the first baseman retires Williams to end the inning. So Carson-Newman gets that base runner, but they've now left at least 1 on base through the first 3. And after 3, it's Carson-Newman 2. Emory and Henry, nothing. We go to the 4th here on the Eagle Sports Network.
When you're sick and tired of fast food and need a fresh home-cooked meal, turn to Lisa's Country Kitchen. Lisa's been cooking up her fresh, never-frozen food for the Lakeway area for more than 15 years. Lisa's cares about her customers. You may enter a stranger, but you'll leave a friend. From foot-long hot dogs to juicy steaks, Lisa's has the best food for the best prices.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
At Aramark, this year we go back to our foundation. At Aramark, we are great food and great service with great guests. That is the Aramark way. From coffee and Maples to sandwiches in Stokely, Aramark is here to produce high-quality food for you. A foundation of fresh food, a foundation of speedy service, and a foundation that's built for you, now and for the future. That is the Aramark way.
Carson-Newman leads 2-0. We're in the 4th inning. Bullock leads it off. Garrison Bullock, ground out to third, his only time up. And Ethan Patch back to work, sitting at 58 pitches so far. 3 strikeouts for the southpaw. And the left-hander's first pitch of the inning is a swing and a miss on a good changeup down for strike 1. Carson-Newman out hitting Emory and Henry, 3-2. And that 2-run lead thanks to the 2-run second inning. Patch kicks, fires, and misses high. 1 ball and 1 strike. Finish up on McCall. That 1985 draft also featured the future Hall of Famer Barry Larkin, 4th overall to the Cincinnati Reds that year. 1-1, misses down and in, 2-1. And 2 picks later, it was Barry Bonds at number 6 overall. Of course, there's a reason why he's not in the Hall of Fame. But McCall, 5 years in minor league baseball and has had his chances to be the coach at a couple different spots. 2-1 on the outside corner, 2-2. Patch ready to lock and load here. And the left-hander pitches. And it's hit sharply. Diving effort by Denton, but it just does slide underneath his glove and squirts into right field for a base hit. So Bullock has a base hit. Leadoff man is on base for the 2nd consecutive inning. Patch was able to work out of that jam an inning ago. Fourth inning, 2-0 Carson-Newman. Matt Hill at the plate. Patch pitches and a push bunt. First base side goes foul for strike 1. Well, that from Hill didn't look like it was a sacrifice bunt. That looked like he was trying to bunt his way aboard. Carson-Newman leading it by a couple runs, but Emory and Henry, as they've done all day, even in game one, putting guys on base. The 0-1 misses high. 1 ball and a strike. Game number 1, Emory and Henry left 8. They've left 5 so far through 3 innings today. In game 2, the 1-1 fouled straight back. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Patch gets new baseball. Rests that glove on his right shoulder, flexing the wrist, and now coming set at the belt. The 1-2. Curveball, foul back. Hill just did get a piece of it. Well, the thing that Patch has had working for him today has been his ability to mix pitches. Leaned heavily on the two-seam fastball and the changeup, but has had enough of that curveball to keep hitters aware. The 1-2 stays high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Outfield playing straight away. Infield looking for that double play ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Patch pitches. And it's shot foul off of first base. Patch has rung up a batter in every inning so far. It's been a reason why those runners haven't come back to haunt him. Beads of sweat dropping down his forehead as he pitches and misses high and tight. 3-2. This has been a situation for him that has not been unfamiliar. Not today, at least. Studies the signal. Big payoff pitch. Here it is. Just missed up and away. Ball 4. Bullock singles. Hill draws the walk, and the tying run is on base with nobody out here in the 4th. And it's Mason Lyda coming to the plate. Lyda's walked 4 times in 5 plate appearances in this series so far. Tom Griffin calls for time. He'll make the slow stroll out towards the mound to have a word with Ethan Patch. Now, Emory and Henry doesn't have a baseball history filled of former big leaguers, but they do have one. Monty Weaver played 9 big league seasons back in 1931 to 1939, 8 of those with the Washington Senators. His second year in the big leagues, 1932, he won 20 games. Finished 18th in MVP voting that year. Jimmy Fox won the award. And a year later, Weaver made his lone postseason appearance. Game 4 of the 1933 World Series. He threw 10 1/3 innings against the New York Giants. Ended up taking the loss in a 2-1 setback. And the New York Baseball Giants ended up winning the World Series that year 4-1. So that is the lineage of Emory and Henry's Major League Baseball players. After the mound visit, here's Lyda. 2 men on, nobody out. The first pitch to Lyda is a bunt, backwards, foul. For the first time in 13 years, Carson-Newman doesn't have a big leaguer. Steve Cishek announcing his retirement over the holidays. December 30th, 13-year big league veteran, retired after 8 teams, appeared in 737 games. The 0-1 pitch. Lyda again squares the bunt. This time it's a strike, and it's 0-2. It was a terrific career for Cishek, an ERA of 2.98. Only 86 pitchers ever have appeared in more big league games. The 0-2. Curveball hit in the air out to center field. McLean coming on. He's over towards the alley, making the catch in shallow center. And Lida cannot get the job done. Runners retreat back to first and second. Patch does a good job of working around Lida. And with one out, he's a third of the way home with Noah Mazza coming to the plate, and Carson-Newman's going to go to the bullpen. We'll tell you about the new pitcher. Eagles lead it 2-0. One out here in the fourth on the Eagles Sports Network. Griff Hughes gets called upon in relief for Carson-Newman. Lefty gets Noah Mazza with 2 men on and 1 out. Eagles lead it 2-0 in the fourth. Hughes pitches, and that one bounces in the dirt. Ballant did just a wonderful job of getting that ball. Otherwise, both runners would have moved up. Hughes making his 5th appearance of the year. Numbers maybe a little bit deceptive. A 7.36 ERA, but 10 strikeouts and 2 walks in 7 1/3. Eagles like how he's pitching. Want to know the count. The pitch. Bounces it up there. 2 balls and no strikes. Well, this has been Carson-Newman's Achilles heel. The bullpen has been tough to watch this year. 28 walks and 33 2/3 innings pitched, and an ERA north of 8. 2-0 the count. The Eagles hold a 2-run edge in the fourth. Hughes pitches. Misses again. 3-0. Hughes, 6'4", 220. Out of Carnes High School in Knoxville. 24th career appearance. 3-0 pitch. Slider on the inside corner for a strike. Well, he got 3 straight fastballs prior to that, and the slider ends up bailing him out from issuing a 4-pitch walk. 3 balls and a strike. Runners at first and second and 1 out. Hughes comes set. He pitches, and it's bounced towards third, foul, 3-2. That's good work by Hughes to get back in the count. And he'd like that same result that he just saw, just in fair ground. Bring in that slider, see if he can get a bouncer to an infielder to turn 2 and end this inning. Eagles lead it 2-0 here in the fourth. And another payoff pitch from the southpaw coming to the plate. And it's rolled third base side, foul again by Mazza. He hangs around. So Ethan Patch, 3 1/3 innings, 3 walks, 3 hits, 3 strikeouts. No runs so far, but responsible for the runners at first and second. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Hughes pitches, and it's rolled foul again. He goes to that slider once more. And the question that you have to ask between Ballant and Hughes is there enough trust in a fastball to bring a heater in here? Or does he maintain his grasp of the slide piece? Runners at first and second lead away in a 2-run game in the fourth with 1 out. Another payoff pitch from Hughes coming to the plate. It is the fastball, and it's tomahawked out to right center field. Jackson over to the alleyway, makes the catch. The runner at second base, Bullock, tags and goes to third, while Hill retreats to first. That ball was hit sharply, but with the wind not really picking up, Jackson had plenty of space to get to it. And now one more out away from maintaining the shutout here in the fourth. Hill at first, Bullock at third. And now here's Jared Foley. 1 out of 2 so far today. Carson-Newman leads it 2-0. RBI single from Nelson Smith and a sacrifice fly from Henry Jackson in the second is your difference in the game. Lefty on right-hand batter with runners at the corners. Hughes straightens up and pitches. Swing and a miss. Well, he got a feel of that fastball as he blew a 90-plus mile-an-hour heater right past the right-hand hitter. Hughes has fanned at least 2 in each of his last 4 appearances. 1 strike and nothing. The left-hander has the sign. He brings it up there, and he zips it right down Broadway for strike 2. And the fastball from Griff Hughes. Does he go right back to the heater, or does he twirl up a slider? 2 on, 2 outs, 2-run lead. Hughes is 0-2. Curveball, swing and a miss. It almost broke Foley's ankles. Dynamite pitch from Hughes. He comes on in relief and seals the deal in the fourth to maintain the shutout. A hit, 2 men left aboard. Wasson led 7 on base. Carson-Newman leads at 2-0. A chance to play add-on. Smith, Gibbs, and Miller hit the bat rack when we return with Carson-Newman leading at 2-0 here on the Eagle Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Insurance, it's about people, not things. It's about security. It's about confidence. It's about relationships. It's about trust. It's about you. As a local independent agent, Bible Insurance Agency can design an insurance program that's just right for you and your family. Give the people you love safe, sound, secure protection from Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency, 423-586-4320, or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown.
Carson-Newman leads Emory and Henry 2-0. In the bottom of the fourth inning, Nelson Smith starts us off. RBI single back in the second. Opened up our scoring. His second hit of the year, first career RBI. And he digs in here against Camden Boyer, out for a fourth inning of work, 44 pitches. Smith bunts this ball, third base side. It hooks the line and goes foul. Well, Smith was motoring down the line. That would have been a bunt single if he kept it fair. Good idea from Smith to try to kickstart some offense here for the Eagles in the fourth. Smith gets his bat back. And now Boyer ready to go. The 0-1. That hits him right between the 3 and the 6. In the back of his jersey. Hit by pitch. Smith aboard. And now here's Will Gibbs. Reached on an error back in the second. With this bottom 3 of the lineup, they can really run with the best of them. They can also handle the bat. Third baseman Foley expecting a bunt. Eagles lead it 2-0 in the fourth, and throw to first. Gibbs was squaring to bunt. Might have showed his hand a little early. There's the pitch. Gibbs bunts it. Third base side. Foul ground in the air, and it's caught by Bullock. So P2 on the bunt. And that retires Gibbs, and that prevents Gibbs from moving the runner over. So with one out and one man on, Trey Miller stands in. He was hit by a pitch his only time up in this game. Eagles lead it 2-0. And the pitch to Miller is a bender across the knees for a strike. No balls and a strike to count here to Miller. Here's the pitch. There goes the runner. Miller pops it foul off of first base. Up into the seats. No balls and 2 strikes. No balls and 2 strikes. Miller in a hole. Boyer pitches, and Miller lines this into right center field. That drops in for a base hit. Smith got a late start, but he's going to hustle over to third anyway as the throw is cut off in the middle of the infield. They throw it back behind Miller. He's back safely. Eagles have him at the corners with 1 out. Miller hit that ball sharply. And it was slicing, and for a second I think that Smith thought that maybe Mazza, the second baseman, had a chance at grabbing it. And it was always going to elude him. And despite not being able to get that bunt down, Eagles basically in a same situation. Runners at the corners, 1 out, leading it 2-0. And Henry Jackson at the plate. A single and a sac fly in this one. Boyer pitches, and he gets the inside corner with a breaking ball for a strike. 0-1. Well, you kind of manage the game differently in these 7-inning games. You know that you probably don't need as much run support as you normally might. 1 strike pitch. Missed just below the kneecaps. 1 ball and 1 strike. So we'll see if Jackson can get the job done as he has all day long. So the 1-1 stays back on it, but pops it into very shallow right field. Schmidt comes on. The right fielder makes the catch. Smith has no chance of scoring from there. Jackson got underneath it just enough to keep it in the shallow outfield and allow Schmidt to make the play about 10 yards into the outfield. And it was an easy play for Schmidt. And the only way Smith was scoring is if Schmidt would have dropped the baseball. Eagles lead it 2-0. Runners at the corners and 2 outs. And now Dalton McLean. He's 0 for 2. The pitch. McLean takes a strike. McLean just looking to find that rhythm that he had at Walters State last year. Did a really, really good job up the road in Morristown, getting that team to the #1 ranking at one point. Runner takes off. Here's a bouncer in the hole at short. Picked up by Lida. Throw over to first base. Not in time. And Miller heads over to third. It's an RBI infield single for Miller. Eagles lead 3-0, and alert base running from Trey Miller as well. That was a high hopper in the hole. Lida made the play, and rather than eat it, He allows Miller to head all the way over to third base. That's a good job by Miller. He never turned it off. Made sure that he hustled the entire way and gets all the way over to third base. So now here's James Denton, 0 for 2 in this game after 4 RBIs in the first. The first pitch to him misses off the plate away, 1-0. Carson-Newman now leads 3-0. They've scored multiple runs in every inning they've scored here today. Trying to do the same yet again here in the fourth inning. Boyer straightens up and pitches. Denton waits on a curveball and watches it drop on the outside corner for a strike. Denton a slightly open stance. Boyer straightens up and pitches. There goes the runner from first. It's taken for a strike, and McLean swipes second base without a throw. So now a base hit could mean 2 runs. Well, that's something that Carson-Newman will do a lot this year. If you don't respect those runners at first, with runners at the corners, they're going to take second more often than not. Boyer has gotten ahead, though, at a ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2. Denton shoots it foul off of third base. Count holds at a ball and 2 strikes. Well, this was a very tight game. Right around this point of game number 1. Carson-Newman got 3 in the first, then 4 unanswered from Emory and Henry. Then the Eagles exploded for 7 in the 6th and 5 in the 8th. Another tight game here. They scored the first 3. The runner takes off for home. Denton swings and misses. It won't matter. It's strike 3 swinging, and that ends the inning. So Miller tried to take off and score, but instead it's a strikeout of Denton, and that ends the inning. Boyer fans his second batter of the day, and that ends the frame. Carson-Newman settles for just the run in the inning, but the margin is swelled to 3-0. We're headed to the 5th. Eagles 9 outs away from winning back-to-back games for the first time this year. Leading at 3-0 on the Eagle Sports Network.
Protect your home from unwanted electrical surges like lightning. AEC can install a surge protection device at your electric meter. The device works by diverting excess voltage either back into the system or to the ground. AEC also offers power strips for use inside your home to protect electronics and other items. The cost of this protective service from AEC is $9.95 per month. Ordering today affords you no connection fee. AEC. We're power with purpose.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long. From the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Griff Hughes back out here in the 5th inning, and he gets to deal with Tyler Bradley to start it off. And the first pitch is a fastball on the outside corner of the left-hand hitter. They get ahead at 0-1. Hughes has the sign from his battery mate, Ballot. And his second pitch is right down the middle with a fastball again, 0-2. Hughes came in, gets a line out to right and a strikeout. Patch officially 3 1/3 scoreless inning for the left-hander. Hughes gets the sign here in the 0-2 pitch. From Hughes coming. And that's on the outside corner. Strike 3 call. Spanning the innings, it's back-to-back punch-out for Hughes. And here comes Wayne Mize. Carson-Newman 3, Emory and Henry nothing here in the 5th. Mize has struck out and been hit by a pitch. Hughes pitches. Just missed down. 1-0. Well, the Eagles bring in a lefty to follow up a lefty, but two very different looking lefties. 1 ball and no strikes. Here's the pitch. High, 2-0. Patch, shorter, stockier, softer tosser. Hughes, taller, lankier, more firm. 2 balls and no strikes to count. The pitch, hit in the air off a first out of play, 2-1. So it's all about just changing the mentality and the mindset of the hitter. Two balls and a strike to count. Here to Mize. Hughes pauses. Now pitches. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Got the slider past him. Well, if you're looking at Hughes' career, he's lasted 3 innings twice in his time. 1 against Quincy and 1 at USC Aiken. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Hughes pauses. The payoff, or the break even rather, is a bouncer over the mound. Picked up by Miller on the run. Picks and throws to first. That was a high hopper. Nearly was gloved by Hughes. Miller came forward in front of the second base bag, was able to pick it near his left ankle and throw out the runner at first. Really nice play by Miller, who's settling in out there at shortstop. And with 2 outs and nobody on, here's Jeremy Green. 1 out of 2 today. 3-0 Eagles in the 5th. Hughes straightens up. Fires. And he hits the inside corner with a strike to get ahead at 0-1. Well, certainly if you're Tom Griffin, the least amount of pitching you have to use today would be beneficial. Hughes readies. The 0-1. On the inside corner of the fastball, 0-2. Well, Emory and Henry is 0 for 6 in this game with runners in scoring position. They've left 7 on base. Hughes looking for a 1-2-3 5th. He turns loose, an 0-2 offering. Green bounces it in the hole at third. Bose was able to snag it on his backside, tried to flip it over to Miller, and they will never have a chance to get Green down the first base line. That'll be an infield single for Green, his second hit of the day. Well, Bose made a really good play just to get to that ball. It looked like it was destined for the outfield. He made the play, fell to his backside, lost his hat. Would have taken a miracle for him to get it out, and then he just tried to shovel it to Miller, who was standing over the top of him, and Miller was never going to make that play. So now Christian Schmidt fouls the first pitch back for strike 1. Not a bad thought, though, by Bose, knowing that he didn't have a chance. Maybe there was a scenario where Green stumbled. Wouldn't be the first time a Green has stumbled. The 0-1. It's a strike. It's 0-2. If you remember back to the Milligan game, there was that play where Vicente Mendoza hit a base hit seemingly to left, but he fell coming out of the batter's box. And the Eagles threw him out at first base and won that game 4-3. The 0-2 pitch. Fouled straight back. Holding it 0-2. This seems like it's a tough time of day to hit here at the ballpark because the outfield perfectly sunny. The infield is pretty much in shade on the right side, but there's still a little sliver of sun right through the batter's box. Gotta be tough to pick up that baseball right now. 0-2 pitch coming here from Griff Hughes. Here it is. Missed inside. Ballant tried to sell it, that it was on the inner half. A ball and 2 strikes. I think the Eagles liked that location, just didn't get the call. Green leads away from first. 1-2 again. This is a slider in the dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 3 runs, 5 hits, an error, and 6 left on base for Carson-Newman. No runs, 4 hits, an error, and 7 left aboard for Emory and Henry. Hughes settles in first base side of the slab and a break-even pitch. On the way to Schmidt. Fouled off of first base into the netting. Count holds at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, this has turned into a pretty cumbersome inning here for Hughes. Pitch count starting to add up. Wonder if he's going to be asked to go back out there in the 6th. 2-2 pitch. Again, is a bouncer back towards the mound. Hughes feels it on a second hop, spins, throws to first, and it's in time to get Schmidt to end the inning. Hughes works around the 2-out single, and he puts up another 0. Emory and Henry has now left 8 on base in the game, and Carson-Newman continues to pitch a shutout. Eagles lead it 3-0. Going to the bottom of the 5th inning, can Carson-Newman play some insurance when we come back on the Eagles Sports Network?
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles.
Camden Boyer has given up 3 runs, but only 2 are earned in 4 innings of work, 58 pitches so far. In his 2nd career outing, the rookie out of the Sunshine State will deal with Zach Bose, Mitchell Ballant, and Spencer Williams here in Carson-Newman's half of the 5th inning. Eagles lead at 3-0, looking to sweep the doubleheader after winning Game 1 15-4. First pitch from Boyer is on the outside corner for a strike to get ahead at 0-1. This has to be a good confidence boost at the very least for the Wasps. Watching what Boyer is up to out there, 5'9", 160. And the 0-1 hit in the air down the right field line. This one's slicing towards the corner and will go foul. 0-2. Just after Carson-Newman blasted the Emory and Henry pitching staff to the tune of 15 runs. Eagles have been a little quieter here today, and if not for maybe a couple of defensive miscues, this could be a totally different ball game. No balls and 2 strikes. Boyer pitches. Bose way out in front of a breaking ball, fouls it back. Holds the count at no balls and 2 strikes. Boyer has walked 1 and hit 2. That was a big issue for the Wasps in game number 1 today. 2-strike pitch coming here to Bose. Foul tipped right into the mitt of Bullock for strike 3. Third punch out of the day for Boyer, 2nd in a row. He retires the leadoff man for just the second time in 5 innings. So now Mitchell Ballant, who's been on base twice, a double and a run scored in the second, and a walk in the third. 3-0 Eagles, bottom of the 5th. And the first pitch to Ballant drops down and in for ball 1. Well, both of these teams trying to sort out their rotations. Swarbrick was good enough in game 1. And I'm sure we'll take a look at Andrew Parr tomorrow. 1-0 misses down and away. 2 balls, no strikes. Carson-Newman, meanwhile, we've seen Noah Pridmore for 6 innings. Ethan Patch for 3 1/3. Bullpen's held up. 2-0 is ripped down the left field line. Foul. 2 balls and a strike. Ballant just out in front of that ball. Well, when you're looking around the league here at the beginning of this season, Lincoln Memorial is 9-0 to begin the year. And they're leading Trevecca 3-1 in the 4th inning. 2-1 pitch, misses well outside, 3-1. LMU has swept Cedarville, beaten Lee, swept Lander, and potentially on the verge of sweeping Trevecca. They won 7-5 in game 1 in 11 innings. Here's the pitch, and Ballant fouls it back, 3-2. So LMU on the verge of perhaps a 10-0 start to the year. Lenore Ryan's already racked up a bunch of games. They're 9-3 this season. But they've turned it on. They've won now 7 of their last 8 ball games. 3-2 pitch. Ballant fouls it straight back. Count holds it 3-2. They've beaten Southern Wesleyan 12-4 and 15-1 so far, and they're starting the final game of that set, and then they go to North Greenville on Wednesday in what should be a big game. And here comes the payoff pitch. Missed just low. Boyer unhappy with the call, had a little bit extra to say about it afterwards. He walks Ballant for the second time. There's a cluster of teams right in the middle, right near 500, including Wingate, the preseason favorite in the league. As here's Spencer Williams, 3-0 Eagles in the 5th. The pitch. Williams swings and misses on a high fastball. Wingate starts next week in conference play at Mars Hill. You have Newberry, always top contender. They're off to a 6-2 start. The 0-1. Bouncing ball hit in the hole at second base. Picked up by Mazza. Spins around, throws to first. And gets Williams for the second out of the inning. Ballant takes second base on the ground out. And with 2 outs and a runner at second, here's Nelson Smith. He's been on base twice and scored twice. UVA-wise off to the worst start in the league. They are 1-8 to begin the year. That includes a 33-3 loss to UNC Pembroke as Boyer misses down and away. 33-3. Mercy. The good news is Wise did keep him off the board in the 7th, otherwise gave up multiple runs every other inning. 1 ball and no strikes. The pitch. Smith lines this out to right field. Going back, Schmidt still going back, diving. It is off of his glove, and it rolls onto the warning track. Ballant is in to score. Smith is hustling to third. The relay throw, late. Smith in there safely with an RBI 3-bagger. Schmidt nearly had that one. But instead, Nelson Smith with an RBI 3-base hit. And it's 4-0. Now Will Gibbs. Carson-Newman leads it 4-0 here in the bottom of the fifth. Boyer pitches. That misses low for ball one. Should be a fascinating year this year around the South Atlantic Conference. Is Lincoln Memorial for real? We're going to find out very soon. 1-0 is on the inside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike. If you fast forward to next weekend, Wingate is at Mars Hill to open up league play. UVA Wise goes to Tusculum. Emory and Henry to Catawba. 1-1 misses down and away. 2 balls and a strike. Then the rest of the league will get started the week after that, and that'll be your first full weekend of regular conference play. 2-1. Off the plate, down and away, 3-1. Mars Hill comes here to Mossy Creek. Catawba to LMU. LR to Anderson. Newberry to Limestone. Emory and Henry to Wingate. And Coker to Tusculum. Those will be your opening weekend in conference play right at the beginning of March. 3-1. Gibbs takes a fastball across the belt. 3-2. Eagles have added a run yet again here in the fifth. 4-0 the lead. And a payoff pitch here from Boyer with a runner at third and 2 outs. Gibbs pushes at it and fouls it off of first base. That was a pitch way down and away, and probably didn't even need to swing at it. Would have been ball 4 instead. Had to get a piece of it, flicking it foul. And another payoff pitch coming. Boyer delivers, and this ball's grounded up the middle. On a hop, Lida picks it up. The shortstop, the first. Pulling Green off of the bag. And Carson-Newman adds another run. And now Gibbs is heading to second base. The throw down. Not in time. Emory and Henry falls asleep, and Will Gibbs takes off for second. So now time is called. So that will be an E6. Gibbs just moves over on the mental blunder. Second run scores. That's what you want to see. Aggression on the base paths. And now the umpires are going to converse on whether or not one or the other had a better look on that initial play at first base. Indeed, it is ruled safe. And now they're conversing over whether or not time had been called before Gibbs took off for second base, and he had a terrific slide as well to avoid the shortstop Lida. And Emory and Henry have been frustrated here the last inning plus. So now here's Trey Miller. Right-hander kicks and fires, and that hits Miller in the backside. Another hit batter here today. Eagles racking up some free bases. And now time called, and they will turn it over to the bullpen. So Boyer's day is done. Grinded this one out, but his team's down 5-0. Eagles look to add more here in the fifth. We'll tell you about the new pitcher when we come back. Carson-Newman on top, 5-0 here on the Eagle Sports Network.
Protect your home from unwanted electrical surges like lightning. AEC can install a surge protection device at your electric meter. The device works by diverting excess voltage either back into the system or to the ground. AEC also offers power strips for use inside your home to protect electronics and other items. The cost of this protective service from AEC is $9.95 per month. Ordering today affords you no connection fee. AEC. We're power with purpose.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long. From the morning with their $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
At the Kate Insurance Agency, our focus is you. The Kate Insurance Agency offers personalized protection plans to cover your auto, home, business, or life and health. At Kate Insurance, our goal is to partner with you in determining your insurance needs and to provide the best customer service. At Kate Insurance, we believe that loyalty is a quality that is earned. You are important to us. Call 865-475-3391 for a quote today or visit kateinsuranceagency.com.
How do you show your support for Carson-Newman? Head over to shopseeandeagles.com right now where they have all of your needs covered. From clothing to outfitting your tailgate party, whether you're hunting, fishing, or on the golf course, shopseeandeagles.com is the place for you. All of your everyday essentials from pens to phone chargers are in one place. For the best gear in the business, visit shopseeandeagles.com today.
Emory and Henry gives the ball to Michael Owen, a fifth-year senior from Charlotte, North Carolina, is on in relief for Emory and Henry. This is his third appearance of the year. 2 innings, no runs so far for Owen, who has appeared in 23 games for the Wasps. And Henry Jackson stands in with 2 men aboard and 2 outs and 2 runs in here in the 5th. 5-0 lead, and Owen's first pitch stays up and away for ball 1. Owen pitched on Valentine's Day, a scoreless inning at King. He also pitched on February 4th at Southern Wesley in a scoreless inning with a strikeout. Eagles piling it on and looking for more. 1-0. On the inside corner of the fastball for a strike, 1-1. Carson-Newman doing damage thanks to some miscues by this Emory and Henry group. 1-1 pitch. Just missed low on a changeup. 2-1. A walk with 1 out and then a ground out. Seemingly had this inning in the books. 2 outs and a runner at second base. Eagles on top, 3-0. 2-1 pitch. High and away, 3-1. Then Smith hit a ball towards the fence and right. It was a great diving effort from Schmidt, but it just glanced off of his glove. RBI triple, E6, hit batter. Could have been out of this inning with just the 1 run allowed. 3-1. Jackson full go on that one. Fouls it off first base out of play. Well, the runners will be off and rolling here in a 5-0 game. 2 men on, 2 outs. And the payoff pitch from the right-hander coming. Shot into right field. Schmidt coming on, coming over, leaning forward, making the catch. And retiring Jackson to end the inning. This time Schmidt is able to haul in a turf scraper and end the frame. And Carson-Newman settles for the 2 runs in the inning. They strand 2. They've left 8 on base in the game. But they lead it 5-0 and need 6 outs to seal the deal on a second straight win for the first time this year. 5-0 your score. We go to the 6th here on the Eagle Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
Insurance, it's about people, not things. It's about security. It's about confidence. It's about relationships. It's about trust. It's about you. As a local independent agent, Bible Insurance Agency can design an insurance program that's just right for you and your family. Give the people you love safe, sound, secure protection from Auto Owners Insurance. Call Bible Insurance Agency 423-586-4320 or go by 1600 East Andrew Johnson Highway in Morristown.
Griff Hughes back out onto the rubber, an inning and 2/3 of scoreless baseball. 1 hit, 2 strikeouts, 31 pitches. Garrison Bullock at the plate. 5-0. Carson-Newman's lead here in the 6th. Hughes pitches. It's a swing and a miss. Strike 1. Bullock today, a ground out to third and a single into right in his 2 trips. He's the only man for Emory and Henry to reach third in the game. A 1 pitch. On the outside corner of the fastball for a strike. Only 2 men have reached scoring position in the game for the Wasps. No balls and 2 strikes. Hughes settles in out there on the slab. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Hughes with his 3rd punch out. 3 straight pitches, all past Bullock. Now Matt Hill, who's 0 for 1 with a walk on the day. Carson-Newman 5. Emory and Henry nothing. Hughes works out of the stretch here. He pitches. Stays high with his fastball. 1 ball and no strikes. These pinstripe uniforms have been Carson-Newman's best friends over the years since they picked up the jerseys a couple years ago. The 1-0. Missed off the outer half. 2 balls and no strikes. First time they've won them this year, but 24-13 the last few years when wearing them. 2 balls, no strikes. Hughes pitches. Took something off of it, but missed down in the zone. 3-0. Well, the Eagles doing something new this year at the bullpen. Not throwing outside, they're throwing it inside. 3 balls, no strikes, the pitch. Right down the middle of the fastball. Three balls and a strike to count. Eagles 5 outs away from winning a 4th straight at home to open the year. 3-1. Swing and a miss. Another hearty fastball. 3-2. He was just leaning back and bringing it up there. Got the heater working. The slider that carried him early. He's ready with a payoff pitch. Here it is. And he misses downstairs. Doesn't get Hill to chase after this one, and he issues a walk. Second time that Hill's been on base. And it's up to Mason Lyda to keep this line moving. With a runner at first base and 1 out, Carson-Newman on top, 5-0. Lefty on lefty situation. Hughes brings it up there, and it's hit sharply in the hole at short. Diving effort by Miller. Gets to it, throws to second. Not in time. Pretty good play, though, by Miller to get to that baseball. Everybody's safe. It'll be a infield single. 5th of the day. Hughes now to work here on Noah Mazza. And a fastball is on the inside corner for a strike. That's been the frustrating part, I think, more than anything for Carson-Newman here today. When you look at the stats and you look at how some things have happened, not like they're really getting throttled. There's been a lot of those seeing eye singles. The 0-1 misses inside. Ball and a strike. They have now given up 14 hits today. 5 of them have been infield hits. There's been actually 6 of them have been infield hits. A couple others that have just barely gotten through the infield. The 1-1 hit back up the middle. This could be 2. Gibbs grabs it, steps on the second base bag, over to first. That's a double play. Will Gibbs in the right place. He turns over the twin killing. And that gets Hughes out of the jam in the 6th. Emory and Henry scoreless through 6. Eagles look to add to their 5-0 lead going to the bottom of the 6th here on the Eagles Sports Network.
Protect your home from unwanted electrical surges like lightning. AEC can install a surge protection device at your electric meter. The device works by diverting excess voltage either back into the system or to the ground. AEC also offers power strips for use inside your home to protect electronics and other items. The cost of this protective service from AEC is $9.95 per month. Ordering today affords you no connection fee. AEC. We're power with purpose.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long. From the morning with their $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Carson-Newman leads Emory and Henry 5-0 after winning game number 1 here today, 15-4. And Dalton McLean, James Denton, and Zach Bose due up for the Eagles here in the 6th inning. And the right-hand pitcher, Michael Owen, back to work, and McLean takes a strike on a fastball. Owen gets ahead at 0-1. Boyer done for the day. 4 2/3 innings as Owen pitches and gets one on the outside corner for a strike. Official line on Boyer, 4 2/3 innings. Gives up 6 hits, 5 runs, 3 earned, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. 81 pitches for Boyer in his first career start. 0-2 misses in, and now here's the 1-2 pitch. Bounces up there, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Owen looking to put the finishing touches on this one. On the mound and get the bats back out there. Emory and Henry will try to overcome this deficit. The 2-0, or the 2-2 rather, is grounded out towards short. Linus circles around, picks it. He zips it over to first base to get McLean. Linus got a strong arm out there at short. Nearly threw that one right through Jeremy Green. So with 1 out, nobody on, here's James Denton. 0 out of 3 in his last chance to try to extend his hitting streak to 6 in a row. The first pitch to Denton, he squares to bunt, and this one ends up hitting the home plate umpire. And it misses for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Here's the pitch. Denton swings, and it's a fly ball out to right. Schmidt is in the tracks of it, and he makes the grab, and that retires Denton, so his hitting streak will come to an end. Barring a big comeback from Emory and Henry, that would need him to come back to the plate, or a big inning here from Carson-Newman. And Zach Bose will be the last chance for some insurance here in the bottom of the 6th. Bose 0 out of 3 today. And Owen ready to go in a 5-0 game. Bose rolls it towards third base. It's picked up by Foley. Over to first. Gets Bose. That ends the inning. Eagles go quietly in the 6th. Into the 7th we go. Top of the order, Foley, Bradley, Mize due up for Emory and Henry with Carson-Newman on top. 5-0 here on the Eagles Sports Network.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles. Call 423-585-4000 for the Carson-Newman rate. Quality Suites of Morristown, the preferred hotel choice of the Eagles.
Harrison Travis comes out of the bullpen for Carson-Newman, making his third appearance of the year so far. Preseason all-conference catcher has so far thrown 2 innings, giving up 1 hit, 1 walk, and a strikeout. And he's out there to pitch the 7th inning to try to pin this one down and wrap this thing up. Carson-Newman leading it 5-0. Griff Hughes, 2 2/3 innings of scoreless baseball, 3 strikeouts, a walk, and 2 hits. And the right-hander, Harrison Travis, will get Jared Foley to start it off. Travis works out of the stretch as he pitches, and a fastball is a high hopper to first. On that one hop, it's Denton scooping it to Travis. He wins the race to the bag, and that retires Foley. 3-1 on the putout. Well, Travis used to having a field position, having to play catcher / first base in his first couple of years. 1 pitch, 1 out, and Tyler Bradley stands in. First pitch to him is a fastball that misses low and outside. 1-0. Travis fastball, slider, changeup. 5-0 Carson-Newman's lead here in the 7th. The 1-0 pitch. Yanks this one down and in. 2-0. Goes to the backstop. Spencer Bright is also taken over behind the plate. Two balls and no strikes here to Bradley. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Got this one a little higher in the zone and enticed Bradley to whiff on it. Carson-Newman leading at 5-0. 2 runs in the 2nd, a run in the 4th, 2 more in the 5th. 2-1 pitch from Travis. High this time around as well, 3-1. Bradley taps the bat on home, low hands, now brings him up to his ears. The 3-1, swing and a miss. Down and away, 3-2. Eagles would sure love a shutout here and be able to put this thing to rest. Record that first shutout of the season. The pitch. Fouled straight back. We'll keep it at 3-2. Since 2015, Carson-Newman 22 shutouts. They've only been shut out 9 times in that stretch. Payoff pitch. Hit in the air out to center field. Long run here for McLean. Into the shadows and onto the warning track. Making the catch and retiring Bradley. 2 outs and nobody on for Wayne Mize. And Emory and Henry down to its final out. Carson-Newman 5. Emory and Henry nothing. And Mize 0 for 2 with a hit by pitch. Eagles have scored the last 17 runs on the day, winning 15-4 in Game 1. Travis's first pitch misses low and outside for ball 1. Travis adjusts the sleeve on his right arm, shimmies it up just a little bit, now dangles the ball near his left knee and comes set at the bell. The 1-0, high and away, 2-0. Carson-Newman leads it 5-0. Looking to win their first series of the year. 2-0, high on a fastball, 3 balls and no strikes. Travis steps off, adjusts the belt. Looking to avoid a 4-pitch walk with 2 outs and nobody on in the 7th. 3-0. Hits the inside corner for a strike, 3-1. Right-hander ready to go on a 3-1 pitch. Bounced off of the plate foul. runs the count full at 3-2. Five nothing. Carson-Newman on top. Top of the 7th inning. 2 outs and nobody on. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Travis has the sign. He pitches, and it's a slash foul up the first base line, and we'll do it again. Griff Hughes in line to win it. It would be his first win of the year. Camden Boyer in line to lose it. And another payoff pitch here from Travis. Hit in the air out to right, sinking in a hurry. Jackson over. He leans forward, slides, and makes the catch to wrap it up. Terrific defensive play to put a cap on this one. Carson-Newman wins it by a final score of 5-0. First shutout of the year for the Eagles. And a fine performance from Tom Griffin's group today, outscoring Emory and Henry 20-4. And the Eagles win it by a final margin of 5-0. We're back at it tomorrow afternoon, 1 o'clock right here on these very stations. Hope you can tune into that one. For our entire crew here today, I'm Michael Watrank signing off. Carson-Newman wins Game 1, 15-4. And Game 2, 5-0. This has been a presentation of the Eagles Sports Network. Good night, everybody.